Hey, Vampire Logan here. We are here to play Eve of Ruin. I got it right this time. I knew by episode 5 I'd have it. So, yeah, we're here to play D&D. It is Tuesday again. Looks like an ad is playing. Anyway, yeah, take it away, Jess.
Okay. Yes. When last we were visiting with our adventurers, what was going on?
We stole a horse.
You
We didn't
steal a
steal
horse.
it. We pocketed it.
That is literally the definition of.
There was a
I don't
hole
know
in
if
the
that's the
desert involved.
definition.
By the way, I called
First,
the last.
first,
I called
first
the last
horse
episode.
ever stolen with sleight of hand.
Yeah. I called the last episode Sword Temple Pilots.
Nice.
Ugh.
But
My
we stole a
working
horse
paper
for
last
sure.
one.
And then we left pretty quickly after Cora had a small talk with the two that were still there to tell them about the prophecy or lack of in some capacity as it concerns Cora. Then we had to convince the horse that we are in fact good people, we swear. Please take us where we need to go. Part of the shenaniganery was Cora like using the hat of disguise and becoming the thing, and even using like a scroll to make it look like there was a cart there when there wasn't.
There's usually a cart. And he thought it was very light to be
Yeah.
pulled.
Yeah, latest
Oh,
card
how-
he's ever pulled.
Right? How did that was
So
hiding behind
strong.
me the whole time?
That was a pretty quick way to overcome his objection.
It was.
Yeah, it was
In
like-
the regular way this goes. Yeah.
Cora's like, I have no way to have any thought about this right now, so illusions it is.
And we're only fooling a horse, so it's
Fair enough.
not that hard.
We
Horse.
get pulled to the sword cave, like the big one. Apparently Cora did not go to. She went to a side cave. You know.
Oh yeah.
Like you do.
Not the
There
whole
are
thing, you know.
multiple caves. Yes, Cora. Original. The when you went
Side
and
cave.
got Samaya, that was at a different cave.
Mhm.
Cora came back here though.
Yeah.
We met
Our
my favorite
Cora.
NPC ever now.
Who?
The Sphinx.
The
Oh,
Sphinx!
the Sphinx,
The
yeah.
Sphinx.
I loved the Sphinx. I'm absolutely delighted. I told everyone about the
Yeah.
Sphinx. I thought it was so fun.
Yeah, the Sphinx was pretty great.
Absolutely tickled me. I can't even figure out why. I just thought it was so delightful. The insecure
His lack of
Sphinx.
confidence and apologetic nature. Yeah.
Riddled with
Yeah.
insecurities.
Oh, that is the title for the episode right there.
Yeah.
Extremely good.
I gotta go change it now.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got into a cave that had a magnificent mansion.
We did.
Well, there were some things that happened.
Something else happened there, I think.
What else?
Yeah, there was an angsty moment there of decision and indecision, and finally, screw it, we're gonna do it this way. Okay.
Biff.
All right. Yeah. They heard Cora's voice,
Saying we shouldn't have been there yet.
and Fallon immediately
I will be right
Terminator
back.
Vision started following it, trying to find Cora. And then the spell was cast, and it was some sort of like
Warp
reality alteration spell.
Yeah, it's like a mushroom spell or something.
Right?
And Fallon did super definitely try to run into it.
Your friends held you back.
Yeah, listen.
Always holding me
not-
back.
She's not known for smart decision making, okay? She's a -1 intelligence. I don't know what you want from her.
That was a personality, emotion-based decision. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was such a bad idea that Jesse brought an entire NPC in to look at me and go, "Hey, don't do that."
Yeah. What are you doing to the furniture?
Yeah,
What?
he wasn't there just for you.
Oh, I felt special.
Yeah. Mordenkainen showed up, took us away in his magnificent mansion,
Yeah, we're in hell right now.
and took us to Avernus, apparently.
Avernus.
And then there was a knock on the door, as all houses get when they're in Avernus. And our good pal Extanthanter was sitting outside going, "Hey,
Oh, well, that
you
guy.
want to let me in?"
Yep. You let me in or what? Yep.
And Mordekainen said, "I mean, not really, but I
Yeah.
guess so."
I'm just so puzzled that he kind of gets in the door before he realizes what's going on, and then it's too late. I guess come
Yep.
on in then.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's where we are. So,
And that's where we are.
I am back.
Exeter comes in, stands up, brushes his robe off a bit, and looks around at you. I'm glad you were... very glad you were there to help me out of this.
Why are you in hell?
I got on the door before you left. I
Just
Almost caught
crashing
up with
onto
you.
the door.
I almost caught up with you in the sword cave.
Do you have news? What were you trying to tell us?
Well, frankly, I had spoken to Cora.
You
Uh,
spoke to Cora?
Yes, a couple times.
Like, my
Since the last
our
time we
Cora?
talked?
Yes, indeed. Over the past little while, the one in the cave, not you. He says, pointing to Cora too.
The suspicion is warranted, I guess.
Cora actually, she approached me about her prophecy some time ago. I said she asked me how she might heal the prophecy, make it as if it hadn't been tampered with. I said it couldn't be done, at least not to my knowledge. She asked me what I thought was a ridiculous question after that. She asked if she could instead change the universe to make the prophecy true.
That doesn't sound good.
Well, I
Not
totally laughed at her.
comforting.
Thought she wasn't serious, but she got mad. Said I lacked
She is
conviction.
very often serious.
Of course, such a thing is preposterous. It would require such a source of magical energy that, well, I certainly don't know how to do it. But more recently, I started getting, I don't know, a feeling that something was off. I went back to confront her about it, and that's when I saw you, and, well, here we are. Never got a chance to see what was going on, but she's done something there, apparently.
No idea of what she could have done, or how she could have done it, or how we stop it?
Well, some form of large ritual. I can't imagine whatever arcane source she must have found to power something like that. But everything inside that growing sphere has changed. It's as if the prophecy that was made, the prophecy that gave her her sword, inside that sphere, it's true. And the sphere is growing.
It's,
Borden
it's she.
kind of chimes in a little bit. I have felt something as well. It is as if I've spoken to these people about the butterfly effect previously. And it's as if all the butterflies on Earth decided together that they would change history. Very scary thing.
Is Cora
Cora, what
in
what
that
are the
the
details
sphere?
of the prophecy?
What do you mean?
Well, what does it prophesize is going to happen?
Nothing
There is a great
particularly relevant
evil.
to like world-altering events. More so like that Korra was chosen to be one of these sword warriors. It's like the major difficult part. It's the part that's not true, but it threw the whole thing into chaos when it was modified. So anything that's happened since then is causally broken. It's taken their people and their prophecy further from its course.
There are
So you might
three
it's like
things.
you might find that a small change to the prophecy is caused by a large thing somewhere else.
Yes. There was the three things that you might call prophecy on your side. There is the dream that was sent to us about the great evil of how we feel that we are a vampire that's about to command a legion of sorts, which we are probably certain of what that might be now. The second prophecy you might be aware of is the prophecy I spoke of when I first met Ramses, at the very least. I wasn't very clear about it with any of you, but I spoke a bit with Fallon about it later. How I felt drawn to you. I wasn't drawn to Filbert, and that was confirmed by Count Strahd later, who was not expecting Filbert either. The third prophecy-esque thing that you might call a prophecy is the fact that apparently my capacity as a sword warrior and all forthcoming sword warriors and how they are chosen will no longer come to pass, which will cause the eventual degradation of the cultures of my people and eventual death.
The one thing that we know that she has at her disposal already is the dark powers of the Amber Temple.
Figured as much.
If there were a
did-
way that I
How
could
did
get
she
them
get-
back, I think, Exitenter says, that I was a pretty good caretaker of those powers.
How did she get them from you then?
I inherited them with the temple. I came to do research, and they were there. They aided me in my
Yes.
research, and in return, I was their
She's
caretaker.
asking how they
And they
came
stayed put
to
most
Yes.
of that time.
But
Cora's
how did Cora get it?
I don't know.
I was not asking for your autobiography.
Although I'm
Although
sure
I'm
it's
sure it's
very
quite
interesting.
Yes, it's very interesting.
Does he look hurt?
A little. Yeah.
His skull turns slightly red.
Sorry,
His
bro.
eyes turn slightly red.
More red.
Yes. Sorry, what was the question here before we got sidetracked?
How did Cora
How did
get the
Cora get the
powers?
powers?
Right, how did Cora get the powers? I don't know. They have always been drawn to darkness. Powerful darkness. perhaps they found her intriguing.
Are these powers those guys that were in those sarcophagi?
Ever
Sarcophaguses?
sarcophagi, yeah.
So there were amber large things, sarcophagi, if you will, there.
I'm asking
But
him.
there weren't people in them. Did you guys ever break one?
No.
No,
I didn't think so.
there was a broken one, but
We've gotten powers from them, and that was about it.
Well, we is a strong word.
Yeah.
Well, the courageous ones amongst us did.
All right,
Smoky
Derpy.
wisps is how I would describe them, rather than people. They are forces, spirits, I don't know. But, very evil. They are the things that made me a lich. They're the forces that made Strahd a vampire, and Cora, for that matter.
I feel like this might be, if I don't find a finger on it, she's making a second Barovia.
That sounds about right.
Her own little reality that no one can escape. Was
If only
she's
that
the
were the
queen.
case. Unfortunately, this sphere is going to grow. Slowly, probably. We have weeks or months, but it will encompass this land.
I always have been
Land?
ambitious.
doesn't sound good.
Justice Land?
Ugh. I hope so. Alternative would be terrifying.
Indeed. It would be.
Mordenkainen sticks his nose back in. This can be undone. Definitely it can. Will require quite a powerful magical source. Maybe the same thing could be used to lure the dark powers back to your sway.
And we could save Cora.
Exithanter looks at you. I fear not. It was possible before she was in the sphere, but now, when she was merely a vampire, but now she has been irrevocably changed. And Mordenkainen pipes up, actually...
I'm actually Mordenkainen.
Yeah, Mordenkainen I'm actually Exithanter.
Oh.
We have... The Miramon believe strongly that the person is made up of three things: the body, the mind, and the spirit.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Cora's definitely, her body has been changed, but it exists. Her spirit is corrupted and irredeemable. Her mind, who knows? But we have a backup spirit, don't we?
We do?
Everybody turns to look at Cora.
She actively has her head in her hands. She knew exactly where that was going, and she knew what she suggested in the beginning as well. Yes, the tripartite. I'm familiar.
If we can get a source of magical energy, if we can get the Dark Power's allegiance, and we're extremely lucky, it would be possible to put this Cora's mind back in the original body.
But wouldn't it still be a vampire?
Well, yes, but there's not much I can do about that. You would be clear of any evil that came from it.
Hmm.
Any spiritual corruption or but the body would be changed, unfortunately.
I've heard of good vampires.
But it wouldn't be made of snow.
I've heard of good vampires before. One named Blade.
The Daywalker.
Dampier.
Is there a way to cure vampirism?
There may be. The dark powers could probably do it. If they were so inclined in the
about the
mood
powers
after
of-
helping us the first time.
What about the powers of
Doesn't-
light? Divine powers.
Possibly.
Doesn't it seem like something the dark powers might want to have happen?
Why?
True.
An immortal servant? You would want to remove that ability, that boon?
No, I mean
I
the thing that's going on now. Like, how are we going to convince them to not go along with it?
I don't think that they care particularly.
No, it's not inherently light or dark. It's just reality altering. For as many people as it kills, others will be born.
It will kill people?
Do you need to go outside?
Reality is... Unfortunately, reality is like that. When you meddle with it.
If we were to be combined in some capacity, would I retain any of her memories? Would she retain any of mine? Or is it just my spirit?
Exithenter looks at Mordenkainen, and they both shrug.
Great.
So,
Fucking helpful, guys. Thanks.
so could she
Well,
like?
we don't know all the answers. It's uncharted territory, even for us.
So could she like snap her fingers and like say half the population disappears?
There's no finger snapping.
Oh,
It's
More like
it's all
Grayson.
about whatever happens, whatever causality is required for her prophecy to be true. That's what it's like inside the sphere.
but does she control that, or is it just
No.
happening?
It's just happening. When you touch the sphere, when you get inside the sphere, you're changed. You're changed to whatever causality needs you to be.
Do we need to enter this sphere then? Or do we need to avoid it?
Avoid. Yes, do not enter. Do not touch.
What is our next recourse? What is our action?
Well,
If she is in this reality, how can we achieve what these so folk desperately want?
We need a powerful magic item, he said.
powerful magical source, that's right. Of one beyond any which you've seen so far, I'm sure.
Like an artifact or something?
Yes, the only one I can think of. And Mordenkainen and Exithenter look at each other. 7-part paradox? Mm-hmm. Yes, I think so.
What's it?
Sorry, the 7-part paradox. This is a puzzle, if you will, that many of us who study the arcane arts have been pondering for a good long time.
I'm gonna become yummy.
Mordenkainen says, if we're seriously doing this, I'm going to need a drink.
Exithenter says that?
No, it's Mordenkainen, sorry, if I said Exithenter. The problem is their voices were like so close when I established them because they weren't
I
in the
know.
same place, and now I'm stuck doing one slightly more gravelly and one slightly more English. Totally sound the same when I remember to do them. Yeah.
It's
Sorry.
kind of funny though.
I still think it's a big odd couple energy.
Yeah. I built myself a difficult situation to roleplay.
It's fine. I can tell the difference when they're talking. Why can no one else tell the difference? That's the thing.
I can now that they're together, that he's doing them at different
I don't know if I
times.
can tell the difference of their voices, but I can deduce which one is talking based on context
Yeah.
What they
clues.
say.
That's what I
let's see
go
if-
off of.
Let's see.
Julie,
Exithenter, kind of more like this. A little bit gruff. not a little British, but not much. And Mordenkainen a bit more like this. Little still gruff, but
He's
a
a little
little
more
higher
posh.
pitch and a little more British.
Mm, those were almost identical.
Yeah, I know,
Anyway.
sorry.
I could tell the difference, but it
I
also
get it
was
now.
not the voices you were just role playing, though.
Yeah, I
No,
know.
they weren't.
They're hard. They're difficult.
Mordekainen
Those ones
was
are close
more
to the right
gravelly.
ones. And then I like they mutate over time too.
Yeah.
It's
So
very
the
fun.
longer I'm in character, the more they change away from the base. And I have to go watch a YouTube video to get the voice back.
By the way, anyone watching, go watch our old videos. See if you can tell if he's doing the right voice.
Yep.
Sorry,
So,
Jess, I
Mordenkainen,
threw you under the bus there.
Goes up to the door to the mansion again, opens it again, and outside is a pub.
What?
This place is fucking weird.
I haven't
Is
seen
this-
one of these
It's
since
right.
my homeland.
Is this still the Hells?
Yeah, that was
No,
gonna be my
so
question.
you can, looking out the windows
also
of the
thinking
mansion,
that.
you can still see Avernus. But
well,
out
yeah,
the
but that's because
door
the door isn't.
is a
Yeah.
pub, a
This isn't the trip,
tavern, a pretty decent sized one with a giant well in the middle of the room.
Oh, the Yawning Portal. Hmm.
Well,
Indeed, the Yawning Portal.
I've not seen a place like this. This isn't some trick, like another pub in hell or something like that.
No,
For
this
being
is in
tempted.
Waterdeep.
What's a water deep?
Waterdeep is the city capital. Well, actually, I guess it's just a city-state on the Sword Coast.
Yeah. Let me see your coins that you have. You remember the one? And she kind of describes the coin that he had shown us from Waterdeep because he had went on a big spiel about. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Yeah, he starts sifting through his coin pouch. He goes, oh dear, this one? And he pulls out a gold crown. That would be
Yes.
the Waterdeep.
An interesting thing about this pub, Filbert and I used to go here. This pub is a lot of adventurers hang out here, and they can take this. I guess they go down in the bucket into the well, and underneath the city is a place called the Undermountain, and
So
it's a dungeon
well?
that adventurers go into and kind of get cheered on by the crowd in the tavern.
Is it
Sounds-
why this place is called Waterdeep? Like there's a lot of water down there or something?
Possibly. I have never gone
The coast.
into the portal or into the. They call it the Yawning Portal, but it's a well.
Is this the portal or like the bar that we met Filbert and all?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably,
Yeah.
probably. But keep in mind, Sasha has never seen
Yeah.
anything
Sasha's never
outside
seen it.
of his own realms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That's why I'm
So,
telling him, even though you already know.
Waterdeep has a very deep harbor, apparently. A natural deep harbor. So
And
that's where
there's
it got its name.
rumored to be another city underneath the city, which Filbert was familiar with as a law enforcement officer.
Sounds suspiciously like hell.
Well, this place was called Skullport. And it's kind of where all the
Sounds-
secret dealings of the city go, and all the pirates and stuff go in that way.
Skullport.
Okay, so it's not rumors. It's like a legit place.
I'm pretty sure Filbert has been there and heard about it because he knew about the.
Oh, Sasha hasn't though.
Yeah, I know.
This
I'm
all
saying this in
revelation.
character. I'm telling them about stuff that Filbert told me.
Yeah.
I was hoping that Cora 2 would, with her memories of Cora 1, would be the same as Sasha and Filbert.
Sorry.
Nothing.
So this is your
Just
homeland.
A
then.
joke.
Yeah, I wasn't assuming
is where
Sasha
you're
knows.
from?
That's why I'm telling him about it.
Well, I know. Well, Cora's from the desert. The rest of you are from this Waterdeep place.
No.
I
No.
came through here and met Filbert here, my friend. The one who died. In Strahd's hands.
Cora and I have also traveled here eventually and met up with these people.
So he
I'm
looks
not
at
from here.
Mordenkainen. Are we staying here or?
Are you kicking us out?
Come on, I'll introduce you. Right. Come on. I'll introduce you to Durnham. He's the bartender here.
Oh,
First
Durham,
round's
yeah.
on me. And he steps out of the door. The door has basically sealed itself against the wall in a hall above this area, and you guys come down the spiral staircases on the east side of the map and walk across the floor. And like the man behind the counter, who he just described as Durnan, says, "Hey, Mordenkainen, welcome. I'll give you a free ale if you didn't bring any trouble with you."
Fallon bears her fangs at him.
Yeah. So you'll be paying then. Mordenkainen's like, yes, I'll be paying.
So, yeah. Can I have an ale too? I guess. My name's Sasha. Sasha Dubinsky.
Nice to meet you, Sasha. Welcome to
Sasha
my bar.
reaches out to shake his hand. And
He
sits
shakes your
down.
hand. His hand is wet. Like he's been holding a cleaning cloth with it.
Mm.
I just I got a fresh shipment of gin from downstairs, if you know what I mean. You can I've been pouring it all night. It's quite popular. Anyone interested?
Yes, gin sounds wonderful.
Just for the record, it's not really juniper. We just call it gin, so we don't have to ask what's really in it.
Does it at least taste like juniper?
Close, he says, kind of like nodding with his eyes wide open in slight wonder.
I'll be adventurous, sure, why not?
Oh, wow.
Here we
Alan
go.
keeps staring.
What can I get the rest of you?
Do you have honey mead here?
Of course I have honey mead.
Yes, I'll have some of that.
A classic.
Oh, it's been so long since we've had a proper drink.
Actually, it'd be nice to have a proper glass of wine if you have one.
Aren't you sick of wine after all that we've...
As I said, a proper glass of wine.
Made from
he comes up to you and like he kind of like rubs the counter with his hand and says, like, "How proper are we talking?"
Oh. Good question.
What year is the... I guess it doesn't matter. Some year in the realm's history, right?
Where are we now?
In Drawn Realms history, like the opening time. But we don't really need to know an actual date.
A 10 gold proper glass of wine?
You betcha, I got just the thing. But just so you know, up around 15, I got something I think you'll really like.
Well, I have a feeling
15 what?
Gold. I'll take it.
For a drink?
A drink.
Mm-hmm.
Does that involve a really large bottle of whiskey?
You won't be disappointed. And he reaches behind him and he like rings a bell on the wall. And a little face pops up from behind the thing and he said, 1375. And the face nods and vanishes.
Nice.
That was interesting.
And yeah, he comes back a moment later, and he's got a bottle there, and it's like cracks it open and pours you a glass. He swirls it in the glass, and he's just about to hand it to you, and he kind of looks at it, takes a little sniff himself, nods in approval, and hands it to you. Sorry, I just
Excellent.
had to check.
Of course. Nothing worse than sour wine.
Wouldn't want that.
I can think of worse things.
And so yeah, it is quite tasty, and
Excellent.
not at all similar to the wine from Barovia.
Barovia. Yeah, I
Yep.
didn't think it would be, so I'm going to enjoy my wine.
Interesting question. Do the coins you hand over have Strahd's face on them?
I would think didn't most of the treasure we got from
Basically
there?
all, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. so
Unless you had
15
like
gold.
some kind of reserve from original starting character equipment or something.
No, this would have Strahd on it.
It's gold, so he picks it up, notes the difference, gives it a little bite, and accepts it.
Yeah, Sasha will not give up his one water-deep coin.
Mordenkainen. Exithanter steps out of the door, and like a slight hush comes over the crowd, and he just looks around the room and he says, "What?" And everyone goes back to their drinks.
Okay, I was gonna say Fallon also looks around the room and snarls at everybody. It's looking weird.
I would assume most people there are waiting to see if we go down the hole.
Yep. Speaking of which, someone is going down the hole. There's 3 people. They've got drinks in their hand. They're like, one of them is sitting on the bucket. 2 of them are kind of standing on the edge of it, holding onto the rope. There's a drinking song going on in one corner, the northeast corner of the room, where people are like saluting them, and they're being lowered down.
I will watch.
It's you can tell there's like a ritual to this. It's fun. It's like a big deal for the bar. It's not like super uncommon. So like the people at other tables are like looking, but they haven't stopped their conversations. They're that level of interested, but no more. So you can tell that they've seen this before.
Okay.
Are they going to do stunts or something?
That's what happens next.
Oh, now they go down there. They do whatever they want in the Underdark, the Undermountain. They quest. Most of the area near the well is pretty safe, but depends on how long they want to be gone for. They may range far. Who knows what they find then?
So is this,
Usually they come back up somewhere else, if they come back up at all.
Yeah, that dungeon
Tavern
can
has
be pretty dangerous.
this tavern has a dungeon like a castle?
It's kind of like a...
This is not a dungeon. This is the Underdark. It's a large underground complex. Yeah, you don't want to go down there.
Well, I think there's a dungeon layers before it goes down to the Underdark, and that's where the people find the treasure and stuff. It was controlled by the Mad Mage of Undermountain, I think. Mad Mage, something to do with a Mad Mage, right, Durnham?
Sasha,
Come on, man. You're killing all my marketing material here.
Sasha gets up and looks over the edge and looks back at you guys. Do you guys do this for sport?
I don't.
I like to
Not
imagine.
anymore.
I like to imagine that Sasha leans like just a little bit too far over the edge, and Fallon just grabs the back of his shirt and yanks him backwards.
Oh, whoa,
Yep.
Thank you.
Like she's not even looking. She just flunk.
He just hauls him back in.
Not losing anyone else to a long fall. Yep.
Right?
Oh god, I didn't even think about that. Rough.
He goes back to the bar and sits down. Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh.
Well, grab your drinks. Let's find a quieter spot to talk, says Mordenkainen. And he heads over to a table in the back over here-ish. You can see that ping.
Flop.
I should be on.
Of course, it's snapping to the grid. Simon, would you sit down? You're being irritating. Sit. I've already let the dog out. He keeps on nosing my hand, and I know little monster's been fed already.
Any magical device of the power that we are looking for here, they're all claimed by powerful individuals. Almost. There is the problem of the 7-part paradox, though. Exithanter nods. It's, you might know this as it's built around the Rod of 7 Parts. So this is an artifact you may have heard of. It's of legendary stature.
Nope.
And the strange thing has happened with it. Despite the fact that the art of chronomancy was lost quite some time ago, all 7 pieces have vanished at different points throughout history. Those of us who study the arcane very deeply always assumed that there's a missing chronomancer that was not accounted for. It's going to appear one day and say, "Ha! I've got the Rod of 7 Parts." But nothing like that has happened. A great many wizards have tried to resurrect the art of chronomancy, and maybe think they're the one. If there isn't an existing wizard who has stolen it throughout history, then I guess it's up for grabs. Someone has to do it. And Exithanter objects at this point. He says, "The only problem with this theory, of course, is that chronomancy is dead. There hasn't been a chronomancer in a very long time. No one knows their secrets." And Mordenkainen says, actually, there is a reason I brought you here." And he turns and points at the table that's beside you. Right
Is this a
here.
tie into Shattered?
And there are
Right?
5 people there that you recognize out of character.
Nice.
Hep, Hanan, Acacius, Celine, and Jules are sitting at that table.
What?
Who are these guys?
Oh my god. Cora looks at, like, Acacius and Cora have the same color token. Turquoise, aquamarine, let's go.
High five!
High five.
Yep.
Not at all. They're both too reserved for that.
Mordenkainen and Exithanter, high five. Exithanter's finger falls off. He picks it up and puts it in his pocket.
Just pops it back on.
So Sasha looks at them and whispers to Mordenkainen, "So are these guys supposed to be our guides or something?"
Fallon looks extremely unimpressed by them. I'm so
The only
excited.
one-
Fallon's like, who the fuck?
I would be mildly impressed by is Hep's size. He's like 6'6".
Right?
Shabaka's 7 foot something. So I mean, it's
Yeah, 7'6".
Not the tallest for sure,
Yeah.
but he's probably got you on weight.
Exactly. He's a big boy.
Mhm. So I can't believe you just did a hero forge for Celine. That was
I know, that's
I
so
had to-
funny.
totally bite my tongue there.
thinking about it earlier.
So are we playing our other characters?
No. So
just
there
gonna look at
will be flexibility here. We'll deal with that between sessions, but basically no, unless you want to. Mordenkainen approaches him and says, "I'm glad you could meet me here. I'd like to introduce you to some people who have need of your special skills." And he brings the two groups together. I suggest we go somewhere else to discuss this in more detail.
Well, Cora's officially very uncomfortable.
I'm just excited.
Process like
Right?
this is all a strange trip to him.
Yeah.
Sasha's on vacation.
Yeah, he's discovery. This is a total trip of discovery. This is all new.
Hey Zoe, you know how you said Fallon and not Fallon, like Celine and Cora would be good friends? You think if they met each other, we might be able to test that.
I love the
I'm
happiness.
extremely excited right now.
I'm
Hear it.
But before we get too far,
baffled. I'm baffled.
I just realized in both campaigns I was playing a furry character.
I've noticed that.
I'm pretty sure we had a whole discussion about that at the beginning of this of Strahd.
I just keep doing that. I just want to be a cat.
but before you guys can wander off and do your discussion, the bucket comes back up from the pit with a lone adventurer on it. Not one of the ones that went down, but somebody else. And he's carrying a statue in his hands. He's standing on the bucket, holding onto the rope, and holding it like a small statue about 18 inches long in his other hand, raising it victoriously above his head. It is of a black spider. The bucket gets to the top, and he climbs off of it. He holds the statue above his head and is immediately impaled on a weird, sharp tentacle thing.
Oof.
And as he does so, this guy emerges from the pit.
I was about to be like,
That's
Fallon is
what
still
impaled him?
unimpressed, and then like he gets fucking stabbed. I was like, well, never mind. Now Fallon's
Sorry, for
impressed.
some odd reason, I was like, oh my gosh, is this Sicarius next? Like the hell?
Oh, jeez.
We're bringing back all the hits.
Yeah.
Chrono Spider?
Golden oldies, yep. There we go. Hits from
The
yesterday.
Chrono Spider.
No, this is a large, giant bug. Roll Arcana if you choose to find out if you know anything about it.
We love bugs.
knowledge
I don't think
nature,
Cora would at all.
Sure, I'll roll Arcana.
Go with
It's
knowledge
not
nature if you got
terrible. It's 13.
it. 13, not bad, not good
Considering I
enough.
have a -1, it's not bad.
23.
There you go. Yeah, that'll do it. This is a retriever. Servant of the Drow.
Oh.
Well, I
That's
can
a
guess what he's
retriever, a
trying to
servant of the
retrieve.
drow.
Yep, that's a bug. I have no idea what drow are, so
You've heard of
That's
Drow. They're
true, you
elves.
would.
They're dark elves. Oh.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you'd have heard of them. Like
you
There
should
must
probably
be
there
some
are
characters
adventurers that
before.
frequently get to Ravenloft. They'd have tails. Whether you never would have had. I don't believe you would have encountered one even in all that time. But
But he probably
you'd
would have
heard of
gotten comparisons because he's half dusk elf.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Should we
How high is the ceiling in this place? And how tall is this bug?
Quite high. So there's an open area above and a second story on a balcony.
are our other characters going to participate? They would.
They
So
would. They're not going to.
Oh.
Assume there's a second spider that they're fighting.
Yeah, they're fighting their own. We'll take this
Exactly.
one. You guys take that one.
So
We
Yeah,
already
I
know
mean, they're
how.
only level 6, so it would not be well balanced. for them.
Time has passed. Between sessions, we're gonna level them up to 10.
Yo, I can have the other Acacius with his cool outfit. Yo.
Wow.
That's so exciting. I'm very excited.
Interestingly enough, the
I
character
missed-
version I have of Hanan is 11th level.
What?
Oh,
I actually
sorry.
miss
We didn't get that
Alan
high.
so I miss Celine so much. I'm extremely excited.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think
I'm
we were
having a
pretty
lack of brain
close.
cell moment. Is this initiative, by the way?
We are doing initiative, yes. I'll bring
Yeah.
up the combat tracker.
I was like, I'm having a lack of brain cell, but I'm pretty sure this is combat.
I'm just
where's
like
the-
so caught
Oh,
up in thinking
yeah.
about seeing our old characters. I'm like absolutely.
I
fuck,
kinda
forgot to pick up my character.
want just to have the shield
Oh,
guardian
yeah,
just like
baby.
trying
Yeah,
his
why
best
was
to fit in
Hanan
this
a
booth here.
level 11? I
N-
was
he-
only
he-
6.
I used him
It's
as an
just like
NPC.
He what?
I use him as an NPC in other adventures since then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna clear this and then I'll re-enter anybody else's. Sorry.
Oh, why did it? Oh, come on. Miserable machine. Here we go. Now we go
Where am I?
initiative.
Oh, you just let it go through, and then go from there.
We do it this time.
Yeah, feel free to put your first initiative back in. Sorry, I had to clear it there.
Oh, yeah, just rewrite it.
Yep.
What if I rolled like better?
Oh, I was just about to roll for Jules. That's
How
not
about you?
correct.
It was
Why does it only do it when I don't want it to? Oh my
Why
gosh.
does Jules have +6
There you go.
initiative?
We're not
Why are you-
rolling for Jules. It's all
Why are you
good.
rolling for Jules?
I'm just looking.
Everyone's
I
like,
was
let's open our character sheets for
I was
the other
legit
guy.
about to do that too. I'm
Right?
like, I just want to see her.
Right? I don't blame you.
Ramses and Celine bonding over cleric stuff.
Right?
Aw, that's cute.
Has everyone got their original initiatives back in?
I
Jesus,
hadn't
both of my
rolled yet,
characters
so
have
mine's in.
ridiculous
Okay.
armor class.
You guys did well, except for one. Sasha, you're up.
Sasha is going to try a newfound capability he had. Oh, there's a reason why I asked how high the ceiling is. Well, he's just going to do it. He's going to cast Levitate on the bug.
I was gonna cast Thorn
Have it
Whip.
floating out there in space so it can't do anything.
You always cast Thorn Whip.
I can cast Thorn Whip, and then you can just let that spell go.
Yeah.
Cast
well,
Thorn Whip and drag it far enough down for Fallon to be able to.
Sorry, is there a reason that he's going first?
Yeah,
His
'cause I
actually
got
has a 26. It's just
No.
going up a 12.
Oh, I see. Got it.
Sasha got a 26 on
Yeah,
initiative. It's
I was
going up
also
a 12.
confused about that at first, and then I went, he probably rolled something else before.
It's showing up on.
There it is.
Let's see.
Just put it in.
So,
Yep.
DC 16 con save. Otherwise, it's just kind of floating up there in space, away from the ceilings, walls, or anything like that.
Con,
Hopefully-
it has really, really good.
Yep.
Yeah,
sure
24. Its con save is +10. How I didn't know that.
Well, it was worth a shot.
Yeah. Yep.
It looked good on paper.
With
Just
other
speed
enemies, it
bar.
would have been good. Just
Yep. This
this
just happens to
guy's
be-
very
happens to be-
constitute.
Sasha has that DOS loot, and I decided to go ahead and try some of its capabilities, and one of them was levitate.
Nice.
It's a good idea, but this one just happens to be really physically buff.
I
Yeah.
like the idea that we're all standing near Sasha going, hey, it
Uh,
would have worked on someone else. It's okay, it was a good idea.
It's okay,
Yeah,
man.
well, okay. Crusader's longsword. Let's see here. Standing in the sheds. Can use a Crusader's mantle, but I think that's a full round action, isn't it?
Magic action?
Yeah.
I mean, check the.
It's still a spell, so you can't
Yeah.
cast two leveled
Yeah,
spells in the same round.
wait, I'm done. That's it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Next.
All right. Well, I was going to.
Oh man, I'm the only
Use-
one that rolled below the bug.
Right? I was going to use
I've
guiding
only
bolt, but I
just
think
noticed
he's
that.
going to be healthy. I am going to
AC
go
19, by the way. This guy has a
AC
spell.
19. Very well. I
Still
am
lower than Fallon.
I am going to go celestial, have the glow about me, wings sprout from my back, and I'm going to fly over to here. And I'm going to Spirit Guardians, focus on him, of course, as the only target at the moment. Draw ellipse.
The reason the other party's not participating in the fight is actually because they're just so fucking blasted drunk.
Yeah,
Right.
that would make sense. Absolutely. They're probably face down on the table right now.
We've been waiting for you guys here for hours.
Good.
Nothing to do.
It's our third timeline, dude.
No
We're,
fucking
we
kidding.
we've already watched this battle before. We know
Yeah.
how to end.
We know you
And
guys win.
fun
These
fact,
guys have it.
Don't worry, you guys have it.
Yeah.
You
fun
will
fact,
win.
alcohol does not wear off between timelines.
DC
Just adding
16
up.
wisdom save.
Man, he's hot tonight.
Hot tonight. Okay, so he still takes let's see, he's gonna take half of that, so it's rounding down, right? So he's gonna take 11, but then he's
Very
gonna
wise
take
bug.
it is a pretty wise book. 11 and an extra 4, so he's gonna take 15.
Okay.
Celine sees Spirit Guardians and she's like, yeah!
Dora.
I just had an awful idea.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that got skewered, he's probably still there with his spider dolly in his hand. You can just go there and grab it.
Oh,
You
that's
want
so
that?
rude.
Well, he's dead now.
Okay.
I can need it.
Kind of just moving a little bit this way, pulling this thing with it, at that point. But I mean, trying to keep my spells from wearing out prematurely. Let's go for a simple Eldritch Blast. I think that's a miss.
Big miss.
Big miss. Second blast.
That's it.
23. Ahee! Yo, 14 damage. I'm not shoving it back because they
Thank
can't
you.
get to it anyway. I'm not shoving it back. So I'm I'm just gonna move to here.
Did
And
it
I'm gonna
get-
shuffle the Spirit Guardian.
Is it climbing on this apparatus here?
It climbed up the wall. So it's on the inside of the wall.
So this thing would be
10.
above it, right?
12.
Yeah, not super high above it, but it is.
Okay.
It's reachable
And-
by it. It could move onto it on its turn.
I'm gonna go ahead and have the Shield Guardian dash and just have it here.
Okay.
At least I think that's basically it.
Shabaka.
I will cast Thorn Whip. I'm trying to get to the spell list.
Well, it's too bad you didn't repulse it a little bit. Chewbacca could have pulled it back in.
Now it's gonna be next to
super
you. Have
good.
fun, Ramses.
So pull
Yeah,
it
well.
10 over. Oh, it needs to. What does it say? It gets a. No, it's a melee spell attack, so he just gets pulled. If
Hey.
it hits. Is it
He
this
will
large,
step
right?
there.
Larger
Yep.
or smaller? 10 feet closer to me. Whoop.
Go. He will be
Yeah.
out hanging from the scaffold.
He takes 10 piercing damage.
Piercing, magical piercing, right?
Yep.
Good.
And then I will change into an elemental. That's my bonus action. If I move 30 and I change into something that has higher move, do I still get the extra move? Other than what I already spent?
I think there's a ridiculously complicated way to calculate it in 2014. In 2015, you get the extra move.
Okay.
And you just like you basically get the highest move of anything you were that turn. In 2024. What did I say?
Clear.
If fire and elementals can fly, then I'll be taking that. Otherwise, I'll be an air elemental. Just looking that up. You can continue on.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I would get 20 more feet of movement, so...
Good thing the floor is made of stone.
He just burns the fucking building down.
Burns
Oops.
the building down. God.
No, it
Don't
says...
you spill
it
my
doesn't say-
wine, dude. You're paying for it.
It doesn't say they fly, so I'll be air elemental.
Okay. It is going to
Oh, fly is 90 feet.
It's going to use its piercing foreleg to attack you, Ramses, twice. Presume the
One
23 hits for 11.
Certainly does.
And it's going to send a beam back the way the Eldritch Blast came from with a force beam.
Okie dokie. Target must make a
16 saving throw.
okie doke.
Or a 5d10.
Having a lack of brain cell moment.
I am considered large now.
No!
And it also needs to make a DC 13 strength saving throw, or it will take damage from me being in its space.
27 damage. Half of that's going to Shield Guardian, half it's going to me.
Okay.
I'll take the higher amount. 14.
That's good. So, first off, I should go back and do the Spirit Guardians. Do you want to roll that one?
Oh, yes. I will. 1 second, please.
While he's doing that, you can make me large. Or can I do that?
Oh, some 20. So again, DC 16 save.
16. No.
He definitely doesn't. Takes 24 points of damage.
Okay. Now, what did you do after your turn, Shabaka?
So I'm in his space, and he has to make a strength.
No, but since you did your attack, what happened?
I
missed it.
used the rest of my movement, which is now 90, to fly over and be in his space, which means he has to take
As
that
an air elemental.
as an air elemental.
That's an arrow. Okay, that's what I
action
missed.
to change. And so he must make a DC 13 strength save.
Could you move 5 feet to the right?
I'm in this space, but I'm just moving it off so you don't.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Thanks.
cover the thing.
He succeeded on the save.
Okay, so he's not flung 20 feet away from me. And doesn't take the bludgeoning damage. Okay.
Fallon.
So I have a question.
Oh, he takes
Mhm.
half the bludgeoning damage.
Can I jump 15 feet?
With a running start.
It's
I
my
don't think-
my strength is 15.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna climb up here I want to jump from here to here. It's 15 feet.
If
Number
you're
of
looking
feet
up,
equal to your strength
yeah.
score. Yep.
Yeah, I was like, if you're looking up long jump rules, that is exactly true. She has a.
Yep, you can do it.
All right. Fallon jumps across here.
Cora
She
looks
gets
impressed.
up on there and just vaults across the fucking pit.
Now, there is technically recommended a DC 10 athletics check here, which I don't think is going to be a problem for you.
Literally, if I roll anything but a 1, I'm good. I have a plus 10.
Which would be
So let's see
hilarious.
if Fallon fucking dies. No, are you okay? 16. Fuck. I rolled that 1. I was like, no, are you fucking serious right now?
Yeah,
That's 16.
you would not have died. You just wouldn't have landed as gracefully, or yeah, I wouldn't kill you over like a highly improbable roll.
Hits the side of the well, gets stuck to the, and has to spend the rest of the battle clinging to the rocks.
What are you up to
Okay.
when you get there? Because that was a great jump.
I'm going to bonus action cast Hunter's Mark on it. Why did I just forget where spells were? They're in the tab labeled spells.
That's a double
And
voice
then I'm
one.
gonna stab it.
Stabberson.
God, I a lot of ones. It's a 26.
Oops. That's not what I meant to do. That's what I look like.
Hit. And
26 hits. Yep.
Eight plus 8 plus 8 is 24. Correct? That's math.
Yep.
Plus fucking mouse to cooperate.
That's a
with
lot of
me.
8s.
Yeah, it is. Plus 5. That is 29 damage to this big ass bug.
29. That has, I think, nope, not yet.
Well, second attack.
Yep,
And that's 26 again.
that hits.
Be crazy if that time it didn't hit.
It would.
That is 10 plus. 1 second. Plus 2. That's 12 damage. My second attack is considerably less impressive.
There's definitely cracks in the carapace of this retriever now.
I've taken out my lightsaber and stabbed it.
Sasha's up.
Right, so Sasha will. Where's the layer? That's it. Can't do that as an action. That sucks. All right. 10, 20, 30, 40. Bonus action dash rogue.
Oh, I forgot I could do that too.
Get out
We
here on
probably
the
didn't have to
boom.
jump.
The jump was cool.
Can I
The
get out
jump
on?
was cool.
Can I get out on this boom and attack it?
The boom will be difficult terrain.
Well,
So every square on top of it will count double unless you have a climb speed, and I don't think you do.
it does not. So he took about 45 to get to here. So 55, 60. And his movement is 35, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah. Yes, he has a bonus action dash, so he has a total range of 70. I think he can make it.
Yeah, that sounds like he does.
Alrighty. Attack number 1. Good grief. Really?
Wish on that one.
Fucking rough, bro.
And attack number 2.
That one
22.
is.
There you go. And he's going to put a smite into this thing, too.
Mm-hmm.
Because why not? My dog is sitting here groaning next to me.
Hey.
That first roll.
Yeah. Just being a little pain in the ass right now.
So is that 27?
That's what it's looking like. 27.
Good. Ramses.
Well, everybody else is trying stuff. Hmm. 19.
Exactly what you need.
All right. Guiding bolt. 30 points of damage.
Damn.
What type of damage is it?
Radiant.
Radiant. Yep.
And whoever is going next gets advantage on their hit.
That looks like Cora. Anything else on your turn?
No, it hasn't done it hasn't used up a bonus action or anything, has it? Nah, don't worry about it. I'm good. I'm not going to move out of the way. I don't need more damage.
Okay. Its reaction? No, it hasn't used it.
Okay.
Cora.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and Eldritch Blast it, so I don't need to do much besides that. Boop, boop, boo-doo-doo. Ow. Okay, 13 to hit and 19 to hit.
Hits with the second one.
Alrighty. 13 damage. I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Once per short rest, I can do the Hexblade's Curse. It says I regain HP if it dies. Does that work anymore?
Oh, good question.
Yes. You retain
I
class
would-
abilities.
Like to do a bonus action Hexblade's Curse so we don't have to spend like $1,300 on me.
Great.
Yeah.
So I would like to Hexblade's Curse, and it has extra 4 damage on that other attack.
Cool.
Okay, so it has been cursed. The Shield Guardian cannot feasibly attack because there's not a square it can get in
Right.
at all. So I'm just gonna have it return to Cora's side, so that it can get a reaction.
Groans and pounds its fist into its other hand a couple times, threateningly, but does no real damage.
We're just gonna go boop, or so it gets in the way.
Where it's like, little more.
Shoot
Little
from
more.
behind me. Yep.
And it regains 10 HP. That's my turn.
You know what? It is a shield guardian.
Kind of the job. Yep. Absorbs a
said I will
bunch of
be
damage
using
already.
it for its exact purpose. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I do not want to perish.
Shabaka.
So I think this whirlwind ability is on every round that I'm inside his square. I think that just happens.
Do you have to end your turn there?
It just says each creature in the elemental space must make the saving throw.
What does it say before that?
Whirlwind recharge 4/6, but I don't think we do recharge abilities when we're in druid form.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Recharge ability, you have to use an action to use it.
Oh, do you?
And
But it says
you have to
each
roll
creature
a
in the
D6.
elemental space.
Yes.
When you do that
But it's
ability.
an action.
It's an action. That's why it's under actions and not
And-
traits.
But the other one, the fire one, said that you just have to be in its space.
This isn't fire, it's air.
Okay, they put it under traits there. Okay.
So if you had already used
So
it, then you'd
you
have
can
to roll a
take-
d6 and
you
then
can
get a
take
4,
those
5,
hit
or
points
6.
back then, because I couldn't do that. That's useless then.
Right.
No, it's not.
Well, you're better off doing 2 slam attacks than 1. Oh, I guess you could do 1 of these and a slam attack.
And you can get like 4 people in one of those.
And potentially get
Mhm.
bludgeoning damage, how far they get thrown.
But what are you doing this turn?
I guess I will slam. Oh no, it says multi-attack makes 2 slam attacks. So it's either that or do the whirlwind. I guess.
Correct.
How beat up does it look?
He's definitely the carapace is cracked, the equivalent of bloodied. That happened a little while ago. He got hit a few times since then.
If it is thrown from me in a random direction and one of those directions possible is downward, would that... It says random, so I guess you pick or roll.
A lot of those things presume a flat map,
Yeah.
and like the wind pattern of an air elemental is a cyclone that goes around in a 2-dimensional circle.
Yeah,
Flat.
it would probably shoot off into a side, not a.
Yeah.
And if he's moved involuntarily like that, you don't get opportunity attacks, right? These
Don't
guys
get
don't.
opportunity.
Alright, I won't use that ability then. It's just going to mess everybody's attacks up. So I will
Just hit him.
slam him.
Get his ass.
15 hit.
Nope. 19's you're looking for.
Do I guess I don't get advantage for any reason. Okay.
Oh,
Second
but-
one doesn't hit.
Sorry, just as a thing, I missed it. Cora, your first attack hit, right?
It did not. You're right.
It did. Certainly did. 21
Ooh.
with advantage?
21 would hit.
21. Okay. What was the damage on that one?
Plus 4. 20.
Okay. Recorded. Then it goes.
Thank you, Ramses.
You're welcome. Okay, so if it goes, it wants to, roll that good old wisdom save.
Nope.
Oh, then it's going to take 28 points of damage.
Hell yes.
And with that, it is ripped to shred by intangible spirits right before it's about to get its second turn.
Cora
Nice.
is looking a little bit healthier now.
I'm quite glad of that.
So
That was
where's
good damage on that, wasn't
the guy
it?
that got skewered? I'm
That's some good damage.
check out
Since-
the little thing that was worth this creature going after him over.
Since I'm in air
Yeah.
elemental form,
Is he dead? Is he still alive? Can we save him?
No.
The guy, he's I'm gonna roll him
And we lay on hands.
A death save.
2 death saves.
Oh shit!
None of them are. Neither one of them are 1. He made 1. He lost 1. So yeah, he's still around.
All right, I lay on hands really quick.
on the creature? Oh, the guy.
No, and the guy who's
No.
Oh, the dude.
statue.
Creature. Sasha's like, I'm not done with this fight yet.
What are you doing?
Send him back.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, he-
Shabaka, the high wisdom.
His breath returns to him suddenly. He looks down at the healing wound, gaping wound in his chest. I probably shouldn't have taken this.
No. Was it worth your life?
No,
How many went down with you?
it was just me. I did it on a dare.
Oh my fucking god.
I snuck in. I made it. I thought I was free and clear. I was home. Once I got on the bucket, I wasn't even afraid anymore.
Jesus fucking
You
Christ.
got cocky, my friend.
I did.
If you were alive, we've saved you.
You picked a good day.
On my turn, I wanted to fly down 45 feet and then fly back up 45. I can fly 90.
Okay. This is a really deep well, and it doesn't make much difference. You can't see any further 45 feet down
I
than you
mean,
can
it's a
from the
well
top.
to the Underdark, so she deep.
You can see how convincing I am on this one. It's like, you owe this lady. And
But one thing you do know is that there's not another one of these 30 feet behind the first one.
That's good to
Okay.
know.
That is good to know.
he goes, you owe this lady. And he indicates Fallon. You owe her your life.
Mm.
See what he
Thank
says
you.
to that.
He looks at the statue and he looks at Fallon and he says, "Thanks again." And then he hugs the statue and starts backing away.
Fallon looks really confused. She's just like, what the fuck?
It's like,
Actually, honestly, she's not paying attention.
Fair.
She's wiping some bug blood off of the hilt of her sword.
so he'll go,
What?
you misunderstand me, my friend. We do not wish for payment, but we do wish for deeds. Again, you owe her your life. So perhaps you could return the favor.
Oh,
We wish for
of
deeds.
course.
Hello?
Here's your
What's
life.
happening?
I hand it to you right here. You can have it. I don't know how to do that.
What is it?
He's trying to angle his way into getting like a follower, basically. So, but if this guy's that big of a dumbass, he might not be a good follower.
Mhm.
Yeah. What could I do?
Well, perhaps not be his full party.
Maybe I better go. Cops are here. He says, and he nods over to the door. Consider that favor paid, and he like bolts.
What?
Sasha will try to lift his purse off him as he runs for the door.
Okay, roll sleight of hand.
Let's see what happens.
Sasha really brought him back from the dead just to steal his fucking wallet.
No,
Sounds like it.
and it's a completely hand-handed attempt. Let's see what this guy does now.
You get your hands on it, and
Yeah.
like it looks like you're gonna get it, but it's clearly tied to him. And like as the further he gets, you realize that like, oh shit, I am about to get busted as soon as I get to the end of this string. He gets like another feet further away, and the string gets taut, and it's just
And I
like
let it go.
dink, and like, but he like notices, and he looks around back towards you as he's going, and he knows. He
And
knows what you tried to do. But
Sasha just smiles at him and goes, and just kind of just smiles at him. Have a nice life.
Sasha just smiles at him and goes, "You dropped your wallet."
Yeah. I was gonna pull like a Kender move. Hey, you dropped this. I think I'll hold on to it for you.
Yeah. And he kind of like idles out through the front, and in the front you can see city guard have entered, and they're looking around, and they see the remnants of the battle. And Durnan, they look over to Durnan, and he kind of points back to the table where you were, and it's clear now that they're looking at Exithanter.
Oh.
Alan's
Right
gonna start
there.
leisurely walking her, like making her way
Yeah.
towards the table.
I'll first stop at Cora to see if she needs any healing really quick before I get back to her.
Rasha, you know I cannot be healed normally. I know you want to think it's okay.
You want it to be that easy. It's just not.
Okay.
It's sweet
Thought
to
it's there.
offer,
I try.
but it won't do
I
anything.
can't help it.
The city guard are approaching.
Oh, we're
Their
about to be
leader.
From what
arrested.
direction? Like, where are they coming in from?
They're gonna
Like, here?
come through. Yes, and through the bottom of the room. So
So, like,
Cora
where
and
we're
the guard
standing?
and the shield guardian are in the way there. Are you blocking them or are you?
Are they looking like they're gonna arrest Exithanter?
They don't have weapons drawn, but they are clearly moving in that direction with purpose.
Cora doesn't actively move out of the way. She will putter
Mm-hmm.
Sasha
to
will go
see
sit
how
down
they
at the table.
interact.
Make a straight int roll. This represents memory.
Hey. But I'm not very smart, so we'll see about that.
It's not bad.
No one in this
You've
party
met
is
this guy before, and when he gets to you, he clearly recognizes you as well.
Is it Filbert?
No.
That would be
No.
fucking
Although
nuts.
That would be awful.
with the mnemonic Q, you realize that you knew him around Filbert. This was Filbert's boss on the Waterdeep City Guard.
Ah.
Wasn't Filbert fired?
Filbert was fired.
No.
Yeah.
Wasn't he? Was he? I can't remember.
They had a mutual parting of the ways. It wasn't fired. I wouldn't.
Okay, so he was fired anyway.
Okay, so
They
she
wished him well in his
recognizes
future endeavors.
Yes. As long
Yes,
as those endeavors didn't
as
involve-
long as he leaves.
with
As
the
long as he isn't in Waterdeep anymore.
Yep. However, it happened. Like, so he clearly recognizes you as well, and when he does, he looks around at the rest of your group, and he says, "Join us. I have questions for you too."
And are we in any legal trouble here? What's happening?
Tell you in a couple minutes.
Right.
Yours?
You could just tell us now.
We are in a very, very busy bar in which a creature has just crawled out from the depths. I don't think this is the location for that.
I don't think it's as busy now as it was.
Durnan, when was the last incursion from the pit? He looks back at the kitchen. Last incursion. 2 p.m., sir.
Happens
Sasha
all
will
the
stand
time.
up. Sasha will stand up and extend a hand and introduce himself. My name is Sasha Dubinsky, and what is your name?
My name is Gerard.
Gerard
Officer
Way?
Gerard. This was a big one, though, sir, says Durnan. Not usually something like this. Noted, says Gerard.
Hey. Gerard, I'm happy to meet you. What's... I'm confused. Let's just put it that way. I'm confused. What's going
Why
on?
don't we all
Yeah,
sit
I
down
think
and
we
have
need to
have a talk?
Sure.
Do you have a location in mind?
Let's have the table here. He points
Mm.
back at the table you guys were seated at.
Is our other party there?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
They're back there. They were busy for a little while doing something.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Being drunk is a
Roadblock.
skunk.
They're sober now, though. It's fine.
Yeah.
First off, we're gonna get this part out of the way because if this goes wrong, conversation is gonna have a whole other tone. And he looks at Exithanter. What's your name? Exithanter looks at you guys.
I don't see how that's any of your business.
Do we have a team name?
Well,
Don't
is it-
know.
Isn't he just talking to Exanthanter?
Yes.
Most of you are there, but he's asking Exathanter the question. Exathanter is looking to you.
That's Vikram.
The Strahd Slayers.
No, Fallon looks this man dead in the eye and goes, "Why are you only asking him?"
I'll get to you, he says.
Well, he already knows my name.
I will say real quick, I think we all know this. Fallon doesn't remember this man.
Is
Yeah, fair.
I
is
probably would.
Exathanter looking at us as if he's asking us for permission to name himself, or is he asking us for help to not be named? What
A
is he
little bit
looking at
more
us
like-
for?
What should I do?
You have to answer.
We have no context for what Exathanter has done and to be criminal in the city of Waterdeep to know if his name is an
Well,
issue here.
You actually.
Okay.
Mage, he went to Ravenloft, he turned to a lich there, and never
Yeah.
left.
So he has no issues then.
As far as we know.
As far as you
Um,
know, no.
Sasha will just
No
kinda look
lich
around-
related issues anyway.
Sasha will just
Yep.
look around the group. We are all good people. That's what we are.
I've changed back to my normal
He
form.
lets his gaze linger on Exanthanter for a couple seconds. He does that sweep around.
I don't know why. I don't know why I made the decision that Fallon was going to be extremely hostile to this man. It was a choice that I'm
He's like,
committed
like,
to,
fuck
but
off.
Isn't Fallon
Fuck
kind of
off, she
hostile
said.
to everybody that she meets?
I mean, yes, but she's
Solid.
Everyone was
particularly hostile.
hostile to us.
Yeah, she's basically like Stitch's agent Bubbles.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Okay. Given
name
that we have no reason to, Cora did say, "Oh, that's Vikram."
Right. Okay, and tell me, where were you doing that whole Tomb of Annihilation thing?
What?
What?
Excuse me.
And Exathanter says, I was in Ravenloft. Uh-huh.
Indeed, he was.
Yes.
Likely story.
Well,
What's
I don't have any
Annihilation?
reports here of any Vikram causing any real trouble, so...
I think this is excuse me. I think this is profiling.
I'm sorry if around these parts we don't really care for the dead. And then there's a voice from the other side of the room. Hey! And he looks over. He's like, not you, Phil. You're fine.
Phil,
Winky.
Filbert, hello. Okay.
No, not Filbert.
I
Just
know.
Phil. Phil, who
Just
seems to be
Phil.
some kind of zombie.
Oh, Phil.
It would be funny if it was Filbert.
Man's just
We're
trying
we
to
are okay with
It's
that.
a zombie now.
Yeah.
man's just trying to enjoy a drink.
Yep, exactly.
Phil's name
No,
is
that's what Fallon
FALL.
says.
All
That's
he
what
does
Fallon
is
says to
bug.
this guy. The man's just trying to enjoy a drink. Is that a crime?
He looks at you and says, when you left these parts, you were traveling with a friend of mine. He also enjoyed a drink. Can't help noticing that you're back here and he ain't. Why don't you tell me
Alan
what that's
looks-
about?
Baffled of this guy. She's like,
You know, people part ways all the time, right?
Yeah. So
Don't be careless, Sasha.
um,
We at least could tell him the truth.
I put my
Fallon-
hand on this
Fallon
guy's.
what he-
leans,
I put my
I have
hand
no
on
idea
this
what he's
guy's
talking
shoulder
about.
and just say
Fallon,
he died.
Fallon leans over to Ramses and goes, I have no fucking idea who this is. Do we
I'll be
know
honest,
him?
I don't remember him that well
I
either.
don't know who.
I remember.
no,
I don't
you
know who
guys
this man
barely met him. You don't have a rapport with him or anything like that. But
No.
you know that he and Filbert were
Fallon doesn't.
colleagues, at least.
Cora clocked it at the very least.
Yeah, I would-
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, no, but Fallon wouldn't give a shit about this guy. She
Well,
doesn't.
No.
Shabaka says he died,
Yeah.
and he seems taken aback by that.
Yeah.
was
Oh, yeah.
killed.
Then the look of realization comes over Sasha's face. She's like, "Oh shit!
Yes.
Yeah.
I am
He
so."
was- He was killed by Count Strahd, who has since been killed by us.
Strahd the vampire? That was real?
Yes. Well, he
Was.
was.
Hmm. Yeah, look at this coin.
And she shows him the profile of Count Strahd on this coin.
Got a bunch of them. Want some?
How did it happen?
Strahd
Was
took
it a
offense
bridge?
to him, as a matter of fact.
As many do.
He chuckles at that as if he's not super surprised.
Yes,
He did have a
unfortunately,
way.
he did.
It is a rather painful memory for my friends and colleagues here, but apparently Strahd threw him from a bridge.
Yes.
I mean, Strahd was kind of a bastard. It didn't exactly take much to make him kill you.
Yes.
Well, this day didn't go as I planned.
Welcome to the fucking club.
Mm.
You like to sit down and drink as friends. Even if you don't have to drink anything alcoholic. Water is fine. Join the
Oh
table.
no, I'll do with the booze.
Shabaka says
Yabba
this one's for Filbert, and he pours a glass of his mead for this guy.
Cheers.
You were a friend of his?
Yeah, I was. I mean, we worked together, but we also hung out. I wasn't responsible. I don't know what the circumstances of his departure are. That's above my pay grade, but he was always good to me, and I enjoyed working with him.
Filbert was a
And
great person.
he had a way about him.
He did. Tell me, did he, we always used to sing this song. We'd hang out, we'd have a couple beers, and we'd sing this song. You might have heard it earlier. They sing it here pretty often. But he had this special mug.
Ah, yes.
I pull out the war mug.
Oh, like legitimate tears come to his eyes. He sees the mug. It's like, that's the one.
Wow.
I pour one for my homie in his mug and just leave it there at the chair.
Bounce still has no clue who this guy is.
He says if you know that mug, if you're carrying that mug, then you're all right with me. And he says, Thurnan, yeah, hook these guys up. I gotta get back to work. But
Thank you.
yeah, raise a glass to Filbert.
Cheers. I'll drink
We
to
will.
that.
Agreed.
Celine
To
walks up
Filbert.
to your group, says, "Are you guys done now?"
Oh,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Nice to see you too, darling.
Tep's like, come on, one more drink.
And yes,
Talon can
yes.
respect the
the directness.
yeah.
Sasha, are you the least drunk of your whole lot, or why don't the rest of you join us at the table here? Share a drink.
Durnan comes over with a bottle and says, "You guys can have this to go if you'd like."
Thank you.
Bottle of what? Something that requires shots or glasses?
Yeah, glasses or tankards, probably more appropriately. But he does pull Ramses aside and said, "Look, for another 45, I'll part with this bottle. I've already opened it. I can't put it
How
back."
was it? Was it good?
It was good.
Done.
Yep. There you go. He hands it to
No
you.
hesitation.
Where do you
No
get all the
hesitation.
money from?
Can we have a bit from our adventure?
We have quite a lot
Well,
of treasure.
You know, keep in mind, Sasha went out his way to give money back to the people of Barovia. So
Yeah.
he doesn't know what you guys pocketed or not. He literally left relatively poor.
Oh
You
yeah.
felt really great about it for a while. Now all your friends have money. It sucks.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I mean, he can have. We'll lend him some. It's okay.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe I'll sell this loot that I have here.
Right.
That'd pull some cash.
Yeah, it's a Das loot.
Das Loot.
Das Loot.
Yeah, I think they're
Das Loot.
very rare items. Or are they? What are they?
Cool.
Wondrous item, uncommon. This is uncommon. There's no way this thing's an uncommon item.
It is.
Yeah, it's way
Wow.
super powerful for uncommon, but it is.
Yeah.
Jesus, I forgot that Celine had a -1 in charisma. Yeah.
Sasha has a +4, but he has like no training in persuasion or any of that crap.
Jules is
You're just
good at
naturally a little bit charming. People like you. Kinda.
Kinda.
Cora didn't.
Okay, so you guys return to Mordenkainen's mansion
With 5 new passengers.
with
Hmm.
5 new passengers. There is a brief getting to know you period that we're gonna cut to montage for a little bit because
Okay.
Oh, we're not
Um,
going in the portal?
That's a lot
There's-
of content that we can get.
there's basically there's a lot of research that is about to happen.
Ugh,
Where
Fallon hates that.
Mordenkainen and the people from the Shattered crew, have to do some figuring out of what the hell is going on, and so does Exithanter as well. This is also a skill challenge. I'd like you to figure out over, let's call it a week. How do you contribute to research regarding
Oh, what a
Arcana?
question for Fallon.
Neither of my characters are good.
Arcane powers, history, chronomancy, rod of 7 parts, go wide, see if you can figure out some way to contribute to that.
For both of our characters or just one?
Just the modern character, just the one.
Oh
from...
God,
We're
Fallon
doing
is a. Oh,
Okay. Cora won't know anything about chronomancy. That's very much the Acacia's thing, but she is a collector of many a book. She probably would
True.
know where to find or to locate which books quite easily at this point, given how much she's been interested in Exthanter's and Mordekainen's individual library. She's checked out both of them. She might be familiar with them already. With that in mind, I would posit that perhaps an Arcana roll itself, or even a history check to remember. That is not her highest stat. Her highest is deception, actually, but I don't know how much
That
deception.
won't come into play.
Yeah. So history
Not
is what I would
usefully,
go with,
anyway.
potentially.
You can pretend you found something and people would believe you, but it won't help
about-
the
Shabaka uses
yeah, so-
his. Oh, go. Are you getting one
either
from
either
Rufus?
of those make a roll.
Okay. Does anyone else have a better grasp of either Arcana or history that I should save for you?
fuck no.
No.
I was gonna try and use perception to just catch something that someone else might have missed.
Yeah, so wait for Cora to go, and then
Okay.
you can take your turn.
16.
Okay, cool. Who's next?
I have a proposition. Do you mind if I go?
Mm-hmm.
Because
for
this
it.
is a long shot.
Hell yeah! I love your proposition.
No, don't worry. This time it's not just prey. We've done a couple
Ramses
skill
is like, I
challenges
can help
where-
you with that.
Yeah. So I would like to pause. Okay, Fallon isn't good at research. Although
Granted.
apparently, I didn't know that she was proficient in medicine. That's news to me. I made this character. Anyway, and she's not good at research. So I would posit that the way Fallon helps is carrying heavy books around for people, like stacks of books.
Being a gopher.
Yeah.
Go for this, go for that. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. You give that a roll.
Athletics?
Yep.
Yeah!
And this is over time, like we'll say, like a week or something like that, or
21!
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
21.
Not a bad roll at all.
The only other skill that she's extremely good at is sleight of hand and stealth, and those were not going to help. Oh, perception. She's not bad at perception, but Shabaka's way better.
Yeah, I was gonna wait until everybody is done and then see if I catch something somebody missed.
Persuasion seems like an odd choice for catching something somebody missed.
No,
No,
perception.
Perception.
Perception. Gotcha. Okay. Perception
or
also seems
insight.
like a strange match for that. Like perception is more like seeing things, like literally with your eyes, not like figuratively with your mind.
That'd
Oh,
be
I'm more like-
investigation.
I'm more like looking at the books and seeing it, and they're talking about what's going on, and I see something that they didn't notice. That's how
Searching
I see
the
it.
library, see if
Yeah,
there's any
okay.
books that pop out.
All right, so here's my take on it. Sasha will try to find out what older temples of good gods are in town. Quietly get near leadership, basically using stealth. Listen carefully to those around him, and hope to pick up bits of insight here and there. So
Okay.
perception. So stealth or perception, your call.
No, your call. Go with whichever one you prefer.
Well, I think Shabaka's going to do perception.
Yeah.
The paladin's gonna use stealth. What the hell? Good lord, that roll sucked.
Yikes.
Oh,
Yep,
plus
okay.
10.
Damn, you've got really good stealth, though. You've
Yes,
got higher
yeah.
stealth than Fallon.
For a paladin and all.
He gets caught and
Yeah.
kicked out of the temple.
They're like, oh, he's a nice chap. We'll just keep talking around him.
What
We
are
won't
you
call
doing?
him out.
Sneaking around here.
I'll just stick with.
I sneak into the chapel. I am forcibly removed from the chapel.
Sir, I'll have to ask you to wait outside.
I'll just use. I'll use history, and just read through books. See what I can find.
Morton Cannon does have a really good set of encyclopedias.
Not a good. It's not a good roll for me. It's not. The stuff you want is all intelligence based. Yeah.
Probably good for you to hang out near Sasha and Ramses there, Shabaka.
Yeah, see if they... I think they missed something. Double 13. Wow.
Clearly they did.
Wow,
24.
look at that. So while they're basically calling Sasha or eyeballing Sasha, Shabaka is like getting away with like mad, just picking up all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, your distraction worked excellently.
Yeah.
My what?
Yeah.
You were so obvious. It was perfect.
It was so good.
Yeah. I'm glad I could help.
I can't even imagine how someone could,
I'm normally not that good.
be so good at that.
Fair enough. Okay, you guys put together some interesting and helpful bits of information, and Morton Cannon and the Shattered crew come back.
Selena's so pumped to be doing research. She's like, yes.
Acacius too. Look, a little bookworm club.
Fucking
Bookworm club.
nerds.
They each had their thing.
Book.
Okay. Yes. This is what we know. Together, after you merge all of your information with everybody else's. Page here. This is what we think we can do. Using the comment matter that these people have collected and their favor with the goddess Silat, It will allow them to change history. We think we can put together a mission to collect the pieces of the rod of the 7 parts from the past. We will send the mansion back in time almost 170 years to when the first piece of the rod disappeared. We will steal that part, and at that point, the mansion will be sucked further and further and closer to our current time. And we'll see if we can stop it and steal the other 7 parts of the rod. We know where a few of these parts disappeared from.
That's why they went missing.
Well,
We took them.
I can't say I really can't say I expected time travel, so this is fascinating.
Dude, we just travel in time.
Don't worry, I'll get used to it. This happen.
We got some real big Bill and Ted energy going on.
You hear that? That's my head. I'm so wasted.
If we can acquire all 7 pieces of the rod, we think our current theory is that we can stop the reality-altering growing sphere, revert that phenomenon from happening, and with luck, maybe save Cora.
Ooh.
But will we have
This
to
is good
rebuild
news.
Strahd?
No. All of our research and everything that Exithenter has come up with has Strahd is dead.
He wasn't that hard to kill. I wouldn't mind killing him again. I think it'd be fun.
If we had to.
Deserves
That
it.
was fun. Let's do it again.
Morden Cannon pipes up. I heard your theory from before about maybe Strahd being alive. It's not the case. Nothing we've seen has indicated this to be the case. No, I'm afraid that all these events and all this tragedy. This is Cora. She's a vampire. She's evil, and she's bent on saving her people no matter the cost.
Doesn't sound very fucking evil to me.
Depends on who you are, I suppose. I'm sure most of them will appreciate it, but it's a needs of the many versus the needs of the few calculation.
You spent fucking 100 years or what the fuck ever stuck on a goddamn mountain with no memory. What the hell do you know?
I can only imagine
now.
all the children and other innocent lives that would be lost in the effort of no holds barred saving someone's people.
Don't get me wrong. I don't think this behavior is Cora's behavior. She has become something else. Cora, and he says, looking at you,
Yes.
would you have done this?
Done at the lengths that she has?
Yes, sacrificed unknown people for a small group of your own.
She doesn't answer.
Well,
That's unpleasant.
there we go then. That's an interesting data point.
She just kind of purses her lips.
I guess it does behoove us to ask then, should we do this? How would you
Excuse me?
proceed? Would you be open to looking for another way?
You mean
What
a
other-
different way to save my people?
Yes.
As long as the end. Well, it would be a poor choice of words to say the end justifies the means, because that's not true. That's truly not true. But if there is another way, If it can be done, I want it to be.
Very well.
My people have been saved. It's time to return the honor.
Noble of you, Sasha.
My people. I have told you little, but that doesn't matter. They are my people, even if they wouldn't have me. Even if they revoked my cultural bounds to be a Mirrormon, I would still save them. My loyalty is that deep.
Good to know. I believe there's another way to save your people. I don't believe the prophecy needs to be true for them to be safe. I can understand why she would think otherwise, but I think that the length she's going...
Are you
Well,
suggesting that we should let our sword warrior tradition die out?
I don't think so. I don't know what I'm suggesting, quite frankly. I'm merely speculating in hypotheticals. There's so many unknowns here. We don't know. We haven't collected the pieces yet. The mission may still fail there. There is still a great deal of luck involved in redeeming Korra at all. Sorry, your body, if you will. It may not be possible. You may be the only Korra left. We'll see. And unfortunately, lifespan as a construct may be limited.
So you must be courageous.
Fallon growls at Mordekainen. We're going to save Korra.
Thought she was gonna growl at Sasha for that
Yes.
joke.
Exothanter pipes into the conversation. It is possible. She can be saved. I don't know if we'll be able to do it, but it is possible. I
If it's
give the
possible,
odds 50-50
we'll
at
do
this
it.
point. It will
Sorry.
require great effort.
What do you think the possibility of us beating Strahd would have been before you knew us?
Fair point. Probably less than this.
We will make this happen.
I like these odds.
If there's a chance, I am taking it.
And we're with
I knew
you.
you'd be up for a challenge. Says
I don't know
Exothanter.
what
So, the first part of the rod is 170 years in the past.
Yes. I believe you were asking a while ago about the date. It is 1491 in the common era of the Forgotten Realms.
I assume that's Dale Reckoning.
I believe so. I can't remember now. Yes.
I
first.
know a lot of the scholars get mixed up between Dale Reckoning and Cormyr Reckoning because they're only 25 years apart, but, you know.
Who is Dale?
There's a
I like to
place
think Sasha
called the Dale
leans into
Lands.
Fallon and goes, I like to think Sasha leans into Fallon and goes, who's Dale? And Fallon goes, I have no fucking idea.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a
Okay.
location, perhaps, or is it just a date?
No, so that's the present. The first rod piece that we know disappears happens in the year 1322 in a place not far from the Yawning Portal.
You grumbly little dog.
A little place called Webb's Edge in the Underdark beneath.
Web edge.
Indeed.
Which
Servants of Loth again.
1392?
1392.
Oh, wait.
1491 is present. 1322.
Oh, 20.
1322.
Well, Doctor looks around the bar. Does he see anyone who looks?
We're not in the bar. We're in the mansion.
Well,
Yeah,
in the
but
well,
the door. If you look through the window of the door, you can still see the bar.
yeah. Does he see anyone that looks like perhaps him,
Like you, like a dusk elf.
like a dusk elf? Like basically, he's heard of Loth. All right, so that rings a doorbell. He's like, oh wait, are there other people like me
In the bar, no.
in the bar? Yeah, like half drow or drow. That
Not
might
when
be
you look.
in the bar.
You're half drow.
No, he's half dusk elf, but the closest thing appearance-wise to him would be a half drow, or possibly half wood
There are
elf.
physical similarities, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Not right now. No, there aren't.
What of these people? And she kind of gestures towards like Celine, Acacia's Hep, all of them. Are you to remain here? Or will
We
you
will go
assist
into
in a
more
different
details
location?
on this soon, but there are going to be some complexities in traveling to the past with the mansion.
Are they going to stabilize that jump,
Yes.
perhaps? I see.
Mordenkainen pipes in. Yes, the mansion will actually exist in both places at once. This is handy in that we can communicate. Some of us will be in the mansion in the past, some of us will be in the mansion in the present. The problem is that the sands in Waterdeep are always dropping. Time
That's
will
very-
always be passing here, no matter what point we travel to in the past.
Oh.
We have but a few weeks, a month, maybe 2. And then we will be engulfed by this phenomenon.
Then I guess we better fucking go.
Yes. Yes. Let's fucking go.
Oh my god, he swore.
Okay. So. You must remember. You must only do things the way they were done originally. Or we're going to risk splitting timelines.
Quick question. How do we know what was originally supposed to happen?
You don't. You're going to have to take a lot of it on faith. I will.
Okay.
Those of us reading the encyclopedias will give you as much information as we can. Try not to violate what was recorded. As for what happens on the ground and in the moment, well, you're going to have to wing it and hope that you're right.
Well, that's pretty much how we do most things, so.
Well, if there's some prayer involved.
As some amount of narcissism will be very valuable here.
Yeah, I think we're good.
We got lots of that.
I have a great number of encyclopedias to draw from here. I can look up people by name in particular. They're not good with straight chronology, but if there are people that you need me to investigate, we will be able to talk in the mansion from the past to the present. I will be with you in the past. And we'll be able to use the encyclopedias, but only to look up people by name and see what their contributions were. if you do mess up a timeline, you're going to make it harder to find the pieces of the rod that are further into the future. Really try not to do that. And like I say, we're going to push the mansion back to its furthest point. From that point on, the mansion can only travel forward in time. Don't miss anything. We won't be able to go back again.
Jesus, no fucking pressure.
Right?
Don't miss anything. Okay.
And
Or you
don't
can miss any
fuck it
fact
up.
you want, just don't miss any pieces of the rod.
Hmm.
If you miss
Yeah, okay.
one and it turns
That I
out
can
that somebody
promise.
else gets it and we don't have any information on them, that would be tragic. So there are lots of things you can miss, but there are 7 that you can't.
I'm good at missing things.
I think we can do 7. I think remembering to get 7 things is something we can definitely do.
Right? I agree.
Here's what we know now. In 1322, Lolth was looking for the Rod of 7 Parts. Some of her underlings found a piece and were transporting it to her when the base they were in the Underdark, under Waterdeep, was destroyed. We don't know how it was destroyed. We didn't even know it was there until it was destroyed. It was quite well hidden.
I can make a guess.
We know also at this point that one piece was owned by the god of the sea. But this was before the time of troubles. In the time of troubles, all the gods were made mortal, and the god of the sea was no more. Nothing is known.
Oh.
We know one
Does God
piece.
have a name?
Yes, but I'll get it to you later.
Okay.
Fair.
We know that there was an adventurer bragging of having a piece in that time. 43 years later, he was never seen again. We're going to need to look for more information there. That is not a good source. A wizard by the name of Taramini Nightsedge owned one at that point, and another was in the possession of the rulers of a country called Chult. The last, we know, came into the possession of Bahamut, the great dragon, at some point later than 1322. We don't know what happened to it after that. We're going to need to investigate these things, but the one we know that is furthest in the past is this one in Webb's Edge in 1322.
Then I guess that's where we're going.
Indeed.
Yeah. Just as a out of, I missed one. So we had Webb's Edge. We had one in the possession of the god of the sea, one in the hands of the adventurer, one a wizard named Tarme Nightsedge, one ruler of a country called Jult,
Chult, C-H-U-L-T.
C-H-U-L-T, and one in the possession of Bahamut.
Not yet, actually. But it is known that it falls into his possession at some point, so you don't know who has it in 1322, but he brags about having it later. She, I believe.
Okay, but that's only 6.
Yeah, we don't know who has the 7th, or when it was lost.
Got it.
Wow, there's a lot of stuff we don't fucking know, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess we'll have to figure it out.
This is all tied to Korra?
Oh, wait a second. No, never mind.
Not directly.
Not directly.
This is all.
We're just gonna use it to do our thing with Korra.
Yeah. You just need a major, magical, powerful object to do a bunch of ridiculously unlikely things.
majorly powerful things.
Yep.
Well, where's Filbert's mug?
You have.
I
or
remember.
Shabaka has it.
I remember the
Didn't we
god
give
of
it
the
to
sea is
Gerard?
Umberly.
We didn't give it to him.
He let him take a drink from it. So
Oh.
Yeah, I assume I bought a bottle of mead, so I poured some for that guy. The god of the sea is Umberly.
or Poseidon.
I'm gonna
Yes.
take this opportunity to point people to don't lean too hard on canonical Forgotten Realms.
Okay.
This is tangential at best.
Don't worry, I wasn't going to.
Yep.
Neither was I.
Well, in the time of troubles, anything could have changed. You can make up whatever happened in your version of the time of troubles.
And
so.
I plan to.
Okay.
Yeah,
You can make up whatever the fuck you want anytime. It's
Yep.
great.
Mhm.
which
So
is
this
perfect.
this is like closer than I've ever gotten before, in that we're dealing with like the Yawning Portal, which is a documented place in
Mhm.
Waterdeep, and things like that. But yeah, I reserve the right to take a lot of liberty.
Okay.
You reserve the right to do whatever the fuck you want. We're along for the ride.
Heck yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Okay. And
Yeah.
with 7 minutes left, I think we'll call it there, and we'll travel back in time next time.
Oh, should we?
I was not expecting time travel.
No.
This is the second time. At
I
least
was
this time I
expecting-
didn't curse you out.
Multiverse, but I wasn't expecting time travel. And
Yeah.
our old characters.
Should we be leveling our old characters to 10?
Yes.
So what's
Yes.
happening?
Do
with
level
that?
your old characters to 10.
They're
Or do you
coming with
know
us,
that
or are they
we're-
doing separate things?
No, they're gonna stay in the mansion in the future, present. We're gonna stay in the mansion in the past, correct?
Yes, with exceptions.
Awesome.
So
Oh,
there is the opportunity here. So at the end of the game, as we wrap that's officially the end of the session. But there are opportunities for people who want to play those characters. Like
Nice.
Cora's in a weird place right now where Cora can't level.
Right. Yeah, which would be really rough.
Right.
that's
So
true.
while there are places that everyone can find a role here, you'll play one character. But if you choose to play your other character, you may. And so we should talk about that as a group, probably, because like if it was a mass exodus, it'd be kind of weird. But we should figure out how we want to handle that situation, and I'm up for it as a group decision, and we just decide, as a group, how we want to handle those things.
Another question question to ask would be, the old group is all 2014 rules.
We're still 2014.
We're still
Yeah, we're
2014 rules.
Both groups.
Right. Okay,
And so there's that.
there is
The
that.
other thing I wanted to bring up, like this is also like not part of the session or the stream, is switching at this point, because this is kind of the point where we're ready to move into the body of this. The structure of it is laid out. And quite frankly, I've been thinking about using the D&D Beyond Maps program instead of Roll20.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
automatically updates HP. It's actually quite cool.
Yeah, it's not a bad app. It's got some convenience features I really like. I'd certainly like to give it a try. And as part of that, like, as far as the DMG, the PHB, and the Monster Manual go, like, I'm probably going to be using 2024 rules for most of it.
Mhm.
And things are going to get more and more confusing the more 2014 stuff we have to deal with. Like, we're already finding that where, like, when we look up long jump, we're looking up the 2024 rules by default now.
Are they
Yeah,
different?
That is stupid.
Long jump, I don't know specifically, but
Spells?
some things are.
Some spells are, and some spells seem different, but it's like a small wording change. So some of the things are
big differences. Some of the things are small differences, and it doesn't really tell you.
Yeah, like
which
fucking
is
being
which.
concentration.
Yeah.
It wouldn't. It wouldn't be
I'm
too
so
hard.
salty about
Yeah, I can tell.
It wouldn't be
But there's
too hard to
also like
reconstruct either of my characters to 24 rules. So let's just put that out there.
yeah.
What did
They're
you say?
fairly
You want to or
straightforward.
you don't want to?
No, it wouldn't be that hard at all.
Oh yeah.
I've already gone through that process with a different warlock, and as it turns out, the 2024 version of that warlock is more powerful than the 2014 version.
Yeah, most of the power went up.
I have my brain is a stickler for things that I know. So since I've made Korra and Acacius in 2014, I'd like to keep them in their old rule set.
I am also on that wavelength just because it seems hard.
I already have learned them. I know what they do, and I'm fine with learning the new 2014 as like arbeiting rules and things like that. But as it concerns like their actual class
Character
features,
builds.
I
Yeah.
don't
If there-
want to
I agree.
relearn
There's
that.
also
meta.
another negative with the 2024 setup is it seems like it's tailor made for people who want to min max for power rather than
Yeah.
getting an RP. You know?
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
rebalance the encounters for that, I feel. But like I'm good with whatever the group wants to go with. Actually, my main concern is game pacing. Like if
Mhm.
it doesn't cost too much time to maintain 2014, that's fine. Like but the more we kind of get into something and have to talk about 2014, and it's not our fault. You know, the D&D Beyond is doing this stuff to us in a lot of ways, but my concern is like it's going to slow things down. If that's not the case, I'm good with anything.
If we, on a blanket case, say that we're using 2014 or 2024 rule set as it concerns those new things, I'm more than fine with using them. It's mostly you can easily change spells from legacy to new for spellcasters. I just don't want to change my class to the new class.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I can see
I
that.
agree.
Yeah, that makes
Okay,
sense.
so what about combat weapons? Because like there's these other features like Nick and Vex.
I don't want to learn those.
That's part of the new class. So if you don't choose the new class to transfer it over, then you don't get them because it's
No,
balanced
it
around that.
follows the weapon, I'm sure.
It does not.
But you need an
actually follows
ability to
the class.
activate it.
Yeah, you need an
You
ability
need a class
to
ability to
activate.
activate it. Yep.
I don't want to learn
Gotcha.
any of
All
that
right.
yet. It seems hard.
As it concerns the actual rule set, like I said, I would leave that fully up to you as the DM, whatever you prefer. If you're concerned about not being able to find rules, I am a veritable encyclopedia. I know a lot.
Also,
think
if you just
most of the
Nat
new rules
20.
are better. I think that I don't know about better, but I do think the new rules are really well written.
More clear.
I do think so as well. A lot of it
And-
is clearer.
And all the D&D Beyond searches for rules, like when I searched for jumping today
it
and
automatically goes
things like that, they're all going to return the new rules.
Yeah.
So I would do that out of strict convenience.
Okay, then let's do it.
All right. And spells that you can still use legacy if you prefer, or do you need to switch them all to?
I don't think
2024?
you should be able to choose at whim. Like either go 2024
All or
or
nothing.
2014.
Mm-hmm.
Most
Certain
of it is
things
just
like
wording
summoning
issues.
spells are very much improved in the new rules. In that you can't summon 8 wolves and then spend the entire combat on your own turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's an improvement?
That always sucks. I hate it when people summon creatures.
Yeah, you cannot summon like the way that they do like summoning spells now. So like Shepherd Druid is kind of defunct now in the new rule set because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
just
so
a,
like,
it's a
you used to be
combat
able to
float.
summon 8 wolves and then take 9 turns per turn.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And like
Now
you're
it
fighting
doesn't even.
four creatures, and like 75% of the combat is one person's turn.
A lot of them don't even
No,
add a
it's-
creature now. They add an effect. So
Yep.
most of them, there's only a few now that still add a creature, and it's always one creature with
I would just
special stat
introduce
block.
with Fireball. No more wolves. Goodbye.
Yep.
I caved and I got Hero Forge Premium
Nice.
in the middle of this conversation.
I already have
Wow.
it.
It's
Oh,
very
good.
fun. I've been playing with
I
it.
I like
belong
being
to
able to
your
sort
account
stuff. I like being able to sort stuff. It's only $50 for a year.
Right?
Hmm.
Yeah, it's not
Nothing.
bad. I've been having way too much fun with kit bashing.
I mostly did it because of convenience, so I could share my paints between characters and folders and stuff.
If anyone wants to update their art for their shattered characters, that was the time.
I will say,
Occasions
here, I'll
with
share this
fancy
Celine.
clothes.
I'll share the picture of Celine's hero forge that I made.
Do I
Yeah,
still?
mine-
We don't have it in this. In this. I don't see my character in this. My other
Oh my gosh,
character.
the art that I was drawing is actually relevant now. Yo,
Do you need to add them to our? To this, or are we still going to keep using Roll20?
Probably. I would choose. I think
I'm
I'll probably.
fine I'm fine.
Let me
with
like see how far I get in logistically next week.
that. Yeah.
the only
Okay.
thing that's a struggle with the map stuff is that for NPCs you do have to individually upload them as homebrew creations, as far as I know, if they don't have a stat block associated that you have
Oh.
purchased.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
And
looking at the Shattered campaign, however, I do not see a character. I only see Hanan, Hep, Jules, and Celine. That's it.
That's weird.
did I put Acacius in private mode? I might have.
Campaigns. Yeah, let me check. Where are you, Shattered? There you are. View campaign.
Yeah,
I see
Acacius is in
five.
private mode. That's why.
Not in
why,
Hep,
yeah.
Celine, Jules.
Yeah.
Acacius.
That Cora Eve of Ruin, suddenly there's some other characters in play.
Yeah, I was like, hello! It's relevant now!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see all 5.
It's been fun to see some of that art come through and like the kind of retro. Remember the old times
Yeah.
conversations. Like,
It's been fun. It's been fun. I like
Yep.
drawing little scribbles
yeah.
like that. I especially just keep. I sent it to Zoe again, but like the one that I drew of like the parties the most in Shattered. They're moments that I remember most fondly.
Oh yeah.
Mm,
This one, yeah, the piggy.
Oh yeah.
The moments I remember most fondly.
yep.
Okay, so consensus seems to be we're going to 2024, and we're gonna try out the new D&D Beyond maps.
But not necessarily. You don't have to upgrade your class if you don't want to.
Okay, so class is not necessary, but
Oh,
spells
so we
is.
should.
It'll be a fun exercise. I'll leave the original and then make a copy and see how it works out.
So
I would encourage everyone to look into it and like if it sucks, don't do it. Like that's basically like there's not going to be some weird rule here like that is going to bring down anyone's fun.
So
How
real
does-
quick, should I swap out all of my legacy spells for the updated versions of them?
They're usually better. I would encourage it.
The
Yeah.
wording tends to be better for some of them.
And how does
A
multi-class work
little
in
bit
the
of game
new-
balance tweaking.
Well, Ramses, have fun with all your concentration spells.
Yeah.
Right?
How does
Loving it.
multi-classing work with the new system?
Let's multi-class into your same class. Warlock squared.
Huh.
But I mean, Jules was a fighter rogue swashbuckler, so
What's the problem?
I don't know. Is anything different about multiclassing in 2024?
Oh, or
I don't think so.
I hadn't read or heard anything about that.
I think you're fine.
I'm sorting the thing, and I was trying to find a folder name for anything that's like in the Curse of Strahd or the Shattered Campaign-esque stuff that isn't Korra, and I just put in Curse of Penguin, which unfortunately the acronym is COP.
Fuck off. Fallon
Curse
was
of
extra moody
Penguin.
today. I do not know what happened there.
Something came over you.
Hey, yeah, I know. Got away from me. She was extra moody today. Really confrontational.
All that should be, honestly. The amount of things that Cora is in her brain, she's like, I'm gonna remember this. If we do get combined and I'm her new brain, I remember this, I'm gonna remember this. People,
a
how
bit
you treat me
weird.
now. How you treat me now is how I'll remember you.
You know, it would be really funny if you accidentally get combined with Smedley.
Medley?
Whoa.
Smedley,
Oh,
you
the
know
little
the imp.
imp.
Yeah, remember, like
Oh,
you've
jeez.
never seen the movie The Fly, have you?
No, and I
Yes.
don't want to. Cora is too
Only the
beautiful to be a
last, like,
devil.
Only the last 5 minutes of it.
The one thing we're gonna have to be kind of careful of if Cora goes in the past, she's definitely gonna have to carry a bunch of shit from the future, because otherwise she's gonna die. A lot of money.
Yeah, you can take your stuff. You'll be able to take your stuff.
And Sasha's gonna need to sell off some crap, I think.
Ugh. Sorry, I was just swapping Celine's spells to the non-legacy. I forgot they made spiritual weapon a fucking concentration spell.
Right?
Bullshit.
Is that the big one? Is that the one that like?
It's a lot of them, but
Yeah.
yeah, that one specifically sucks.
Silly, stupid. Ugh. Oh, I can type character lore now? The frick? Just
Yeah,
looking at all this shit I can do is just baffling to me. Character name. Cord Main. I finally updated Cord's face because I stopped pouting about it and I just did it. I'm just looking at all the different art now. The ones that I did, just looking at them.
Oh no.
I should make one of these for acacias. These ones from way back. The first drawings I ever did for these two.
Mm.
Okay, we're still on the
Ooh,
stream actually, so
wow.
we should probably end this.
Yeah.
Oh.
A while ago.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. So thanks for watching, those who are still with us, and we will see you all next week. And yeah, is it Tuesday yet?
Oh, I'm excited.
Woohoo!
flood of hope and wine. Every word is treason, every dream divine. Feel the shadow call, and shivers the eyes begins to fall with all we deny. Whispers in the waves of white, like a razor in your second sight.